Today in Your Money, 401ks are an important part of planning for your future, but it's also important to know what you're doing. Joining me this morning is certified financial planner professional Jeffrey Massey with some simple tips to avoid mistakes when dealing with 401k rollovers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, I think this is very relevant because so many people have lost their jobs over the past few years. So what are some of the biggest mistakes with 401k rollovers?
And you're absolutely right. A lot of people have lost their jobs, so this is important. And in my opinion, the biggest mistake one can make is when you leave your employer is to cash out your 401k plan, because it triggers a whole bunch of problems. One is that the administrator is required to keep 20% of that money and send it to the IRS. Now, your actual tax on the cash out might be lower or it might be much higher. Another problem is that that cash out is added on top of all your other income, so it could actually bump you up in a tax bracket. So there's another problem. It would actually cause a 10% early withdrawal penalty if you're under age 59 and a half. So when you wrap all these things up, it gets to be a real problem. In my opinion, that's the worst problem, is to take an actual direct cash out from your 401k
all of
plan.
that adds up. You're talking
Absolutely.
higher interest and maybe penalties. So what can be done to actually avoid these mistakes?
Very simply, it's called a direct custodial transfer. So you can work with a financial institution, you can work with a financial planner like myself, and we can show you how to move your 401k from your former employer directly to an IRA account. It avoids all of those problems because it's a tax-free transfer, because you never touch the money.
Oh, wow. And really quickly, what are some other mistakes that people make when dealing with their 401k?
Cashing out when you have a loan, because that'll cause all the same problems that I mentioned up front. Leaving it there because you're charged extra administrative fees to leave your 401k with your former employer. So those are a couple of them there that you also want to pay attention to and try to avoid. It's easy to fix.
Absolutely. Avoid the situation altogether if you can. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us as always. And we'll put your 10 mistakes to avoid on our website. Just head to foxprovidence.com.